This is your one and only FireSpark81 with your daily dose of video goodness. And today I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about fossils. If you are not sure what I'm talking about, it's what's right here behind me. There is a minigame in Starbound where you use a brush on some fossils and you do the little minigame. If you win and are successful at it, you get a fossil or a fossil piece. Then you can assemble them on these display stands, which you see behind me, and get these awesome little decorative items, sometimes big decorative items like this one that's standing behind me now. So let's get to it. So right here, I have each of these numbered. These are the 8 different types of fossils that you will find in the world. Now, it doesn't really matter which one you find. They're all going to give you random pieces, but I wanted to show you each of the ones that can actually spawn inside the world so that you can keep an eye out for them and easily spot them. So here they are. Here's the 8 of them that will actually spawn, and when you use the brush on them, it will initiate the mini game. So in order to get the brush that you are going to need, as well as these display stands like you see right here, you are going to need the fossil station. There are 3 different types of brushes and they are tiered. So basically your basic brush is going to be your crappy one, your advanced one's going to be your next highest one, and your master is going to be your highest. This tab over here shows you the different display stands that you can craft. We're not really going to go over all the crafting costs for this stuff because, you know, if you want to craft it, you're going to get into it. We'll take a look at the crafting for the brushes. I mean, they're not really that expensive. The basic one's the cheapest, of course. Master one's going to be a little bit more expensive, but they're still not that heavily priced. Silver and gold can be easily found in the asteroid biomes. Okay, so now that you've had a look at each of these, I have a couple brushes on me already. When you find the fossils, they will be in the background like you see here. Now, there are the foreground blocks, that's these blocks right here, and then there are background blocks. That's the ones that make up the wall back here. That's where the fossils will be. So all you have to do is take your brush. Now, these brushes are one-time use. Once you use the brush and it initiates the minigame, the brush is going to disappear. I think that's kind of dumb, but you know, what are you going to do? So you just pick your fossil, say we find this one in the world, and we're going to brush it. Now, this is the basic brush, so we're going to use it first and then go over all of its tools, and then we'll move to the advanced into the master. So all you do is just do that. It initiates the minigame. This is what the minigame looks like. These are the tools that you have to work with in this minigame. Now, you're not always going to get 2 of the hammer and 4 of the dynamite. These numbers change. It's random, just like the game's random. You do, however, get multiple uses of the brush. The brush is made to get rid of the dirt. So the first thing I do is I just go through and get rid of all the dirt that you see, so you can see exactly where your fossils are. And sometimes you can find chests and they will have little rewards in them that you can get as well. So now we've brushed all the dirt out of the way. The key to the game is to try to remove and show 16 total pieces of bone. So to do that, we have to use the hammer and the dynamite. Now you can see here that they're different shapes. They're basically like Tetris shapes. So we're going to, you cannot hit the bone. If I was to use this right here, see how it overlaps the bone? It would break the bone and you would immediately lose the minigame. What you want to do is try to just get rid of the rock without breaking the bone. Let me go back to the brush here for a second so I can demonstrate something. This little open area right here, even though you see some bone, that is not bone. There's nothing there. I could use this across here like this and it would be fine. Same goes for right here. I know it looks like there's bone, but there's really not. The problem is the setup here is square. However, the bone blocks in the background are not. So for example, right here, this isn't bone either. You could hit this and it would be fine. However, if I was to hit like right here, this would definitely destroy it. So let's knock out some of these pieces. Now what I try to do, and it's going to be random for you because this is a random thing every time. Sometimes you can get it, sometimes you can't. It's just, you just got to accept it. It's RNG. And there's plenty of fossils in the background, and they can be found in generic layers underground, so not biomes. Basically that like second or third layer underground where there's no real biome and it's just dirt most of the time, that's where you'll find these fossils. Anyway, let's get to the minigame. So I'm gonna break, actually I'm gonna use this first. I'm gonna break that, and then it's going to show dirt. So now I want to brush the dirt away. We only got one piece out of that, so that kind of sucks. Next I'm going to break this one, and you wait, and then go to your brush and you swipe it out of the way. So now we only need to free up 6 more pieces. Let's try right here, and now we need 3 more. Let's use that there and that there. Yeah, there you go. So you kind of got to plan out a little bit and take your time. Now we got the frog skull from that. That is actually one of the medium-sized ones. That would go in this one, I think. Possibly. Yeah, medium fossil. Anyway, let's go to our next size brush. So that's all you get. You get 1 piece out of it, and we'll get to all of that over there in the stands in a second as soon as we're done covering the brushes. So now we're going to go to the advanced brush and take a look at its tools. So we're going to just do that. It's going to initiate the game, and you can see that we have it's basically 2 up and down, and then 2 left and right, and then the cross pattern again. So I'm going to go through and do the same thing with the brush and just brush away all the dirt, try to find the fossils. Okay, so it's all under this rock right here. Now this one's going to be kind of rough. So here's another example, like we could hit right here and it would be fine, or right here, even though you see some bone, it should still be fine. The problem is getting it, we may not have enough uses of the tools that we need to free up enough of it. See, we technically didn't need to get that one up there. And you don't always know where they're gonna be. Let's try this here. Okay, so let's brush all this out of the way. And there you go. So and then that'll go over or be done, and we will get another fossil. We got an egg. Now that's a tidy one. Okay, on to the last brush, so you can take a look at its tools. Now it gives you a lot more options, but at the same time, they're just as difficult. So we're just going to go through once again, get all the dirt out of the way. And then the hammer does the area like that, and this one does that, and this one does this. Now we failed, so you can also see we lost a chest in that one. So I failed that one on purpose, just kind of show you what happens when you fail, and it says it's failed. So now we're going to come over here and we're going to talk real quick about the different stands and putting the fossils in them. So once you have a stand like this, you can hit E to activate it, and you can drop the fossil in there like so. And once I do this, the stand will do like this little like thing, and it will become an item all on its own. I can't get the fossil back out, so let me show you that real quick. So see, it does the little thing, and now if I was to highlight over it, I can't do anything. E doesn't work. So if we use our manipulator and we break it, and I go into my inventory, you can see that I have the egg fossil decorative item. So then I place it back down and the egg's still in it. Same thing would happen with this penguin one. However, if you haven't completed it, so on the medium size one you have 3 slots as compared to the small where you only have 1, you can actually pull the items back out and put the items back in. Once I put that last item in, however, it's going to complete. So that allows you to maybe take the fossils back down if you want to or whatever, but you cannot mix and match. If I try to put this frog head in here, it just kicks it back out and it wants the alien head. The same thing would happen if I was to try to put the skull, this alien skull, it's a small fossil. If I try to put it in here, it just immediately kicks it back out as well. But if I put the legs in here that go with this set, it completes the fossil. So all in all, in total, there are 10 small fossils to collect, 10 mediums, and 3 of the large ones. There's a T-Rex, there's one other thing that looks similar to Onyxia here, and then there's the Onyxia. There's a bunch of different ones for all of these. I'm not going to go over each of those. And I think that's going to cover just about everything. So remember, when you're doing the mini game, uncover all the dirt first. Now we have a chest on this one. So never go after the chest first. Always go after the fossil and then the chest, because you may need all these tools to get your fossil and you may have 1 or 2 left over, but if you don't get the fossil, you can't get the chest. So always go after your fossil first. Plan out. So kind of like get an idea of how you're going to use the tool. We have 3 of these. I would kind of plan on how I'm going to use them. And that's about all the advice I can give on that. Like I said, this game is completely RNG, so you're going to have some losses. I think that's going to cover it. I think I got everything covered. If I missed anything, leave a comment down below and let me know. If you like this video, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy and you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time. Thanks for watching.